The first thing you should never share with anyone is your dreams. Now, I'm not talking about the little goals you set each day. Those might be easier to share, and they come with a sense of accountability. But your deepest, most meaningful aspirations, those are different. These dreams are the ones that stir your soul, that wake you up early in the morning with excitement, that keep you going even when the world tells you to stop. These are the visions you hold close, the ones you've created in your heart, and the ones you know will take everything you've got to bring to life. And here's the thing, they are fragile in the beginning. They are delicate seeds that need to be nurtured, cultivated, and protected from the harsh winds of doubt that surround us all. The moment you start sharing those dreams with just anyone, you invite external forces to shape them. You open the door to people who may not understand your vision, who may not see your potential. They may look at your dream with skepticism or dismiss it entirely. People who have never dared to dream as you have, who are stuck in their own comfort zones, will never truly appreciate the fire burning inside you. Their response can have a lasting effect on your confidence and your ability to move forward. It's easy to get discouraged when someone you trust or respect doesn't believe in your dreams the way you do. That's why it's so important to protect your dreams at all costs, especially early on. Your dreams need space to grow, to evolve, and to become more defined. Until you have built enough momentum to stand on your own, you don't need other people's judgments to weigh you down. The world can be full of negativity, and the last thing you want is to let someone else's lack of vision influence your path. Let them remain in your heart, something to fuel you during quiet moments when no one else is watching, when you are alone with your thoughts and aspirations. Your dreams are your personal treasure, and sharing them with the wrong person at the wrong time could lead to doubt and distraction. There will be plenty of time to share your vision once it has been solidified and is already on its way to becoming reality. By that point, others may begin to see it for what it is. A part of you that you fought for, nurtured, and made real. But until then, hold them close, protect them from the world's uncertainty, and let them be the driving force behind your actions. Your dreams are yours to mold, to pursue, and to protect. They don't belong to anyone else, so be cautious who you let in on them too soon. Never, never share your personal weaknesses. We all have them, and that's okay. But what you must understand is that weakness is something to be worked on, not something to be advertised. It's tempting at times to open up, to share where you feel vulnerable, where you lack confidence, or where you might be struggling. But doing so is a disservice to yourself. When you reveal your weaknesses to the wrong person or at the wrong time, you open yourself to judgment, to criticism, and to a loss of self-respect. The world doesn't need to know where you fall short. The world needs to see you rise. We live in a world that is quick to take note of our shortcomings. Whether it's a friend, a colleague, or even a stranger, people will judge you based on what you put out there. If you continuously share your weaknesses, you risk becoming defined by them. They can start to overshadow your strengths, your capabilities, and your potential. And before you know it, those very weaknesses you've been speaking about start to define how others see you. In fact, they may start to see you only for your vulnerabilities, not your possibilities. Instead, take those weaknesses and make them your private project. Work on them in silence. If you lack confidence, don't make it a conversation piece. Instead, take deliberate action to build it up. If you struggle in a certain area, develop your skills quietly until you've reached a place of strength. The key here is not to broadcast your struggles, but to face them head on and conquer them in your own time. The less you talk about what you don't have, the more you focus on what you can create. And that is what will eventually be noticed. People are naturally drawn to those who display strength and resilience. When you share your weaknesses with everyone, you are not giving them a chance to see your strength. When you hide your vulnerabilities and work through them, you give yourself the chance to grow in ways that others can't see, which is where true power lies. Your personal growth and development should be a private journey, one that is measured in how you improve and overcome, not in how you confess or seek value. And remember, there's nothing wrong with not being perfect. We all have areas where we need improvement. But true strength comes from working on those areas quietly and steadily, without needing to broadcast them to the world. Keep your weaknesses to yourself for now. Let them be the fuel for your growth, not the subject of conversation. The more you focus on becoming better, the more your weaknesses will gradually fade into the background, replaced by strength, confidence, and progress. Let your actions speak louder than your struggles, and let the work you put into overcoming your weaknesses be what defines you. Third, never share your financial situation, whether it's good or bad, with just anyone. Your wealth, or lack thereof, is deeply personal, and it's nobody's business but yours. Money is a touchy subject for many, and once you put your financial situation out there, you open the door to judgment, assumptions, and in some cases, manipulation. The moment you reveal where you stand financially, people will begin to judge you not by your character, but by your bank balance. And the thing is, people will always judge you, whether you're wealthy or struggling. If you have money, some may start seeing you as a target, a resource they can take from. They may begin to treat you differently, expecting favors, gifts, or handouts, regardless of your personal desires or boundaries. You might find that people you thought were friends suddenly start acting in ways that make you uncomfortable, as if they have a claim to your success. On the other hand, if your financial situation isn't as strong as you'd like, people may treat you with pity, or worse, dismiss you altogether. They'll begin to define you by what you have or what you don't have, rather than who you truly are. The reality is, your financial standing does not define your worth. Your character, your values, your contributions, and your integrity are what define you. When you share your financial details, you give others the power to shape their perception of you based on something external, something that has no bearing on your potential or your value as a person. In a world where financial success is often seen as the ultimate achievement, sharing your financial situation can lead to unnecessary pressure, unsolicited advice, or even envy. But here's the most important part. Your wealth is a tool. It's something you create through hard work, smart decisions, and sometimes a bit of luck. But it's not the defining factor of who you are. Whether you're wealthy or struggling, you should never feel the need to justify or explain your financial position to anyone. Keep your financial situation to yourself, especially when you're still in the process of building or restructuring your wealth. Let your actions and your ability to create value speak for themselves. No one needs to know how much you make or how much you owe. That information can be shared only with those who are directly involved in your financial journey, such as a trusted advisor or partner. When you keep your financial matters to yourself, you protect your peace of mind and ensure that others don't project their own insecurities or expectations onto you. You create space for your wealth to grow without the weight of external judgment. Don't let others define you by your financial circumstances. Let your actions, character, and vision be what people recognize and respect. The more you keep your financial situation private, the more you take back control over your life, your choices, and the narrative around your success. Your financial journey is yours to navigate. And the less you share, the more power you retain to move forward without interference. The fourth thing to guard is your family matters. Family is the foundation of who you are, the people who shape your values, your beliefs, and your understanding of love and loyalty. But here's the truth. Not everyone needs to know the intimate details of what's happening behind closed doors. You see, family is sacred. It's the space where you are allowed to be your most vulnerable, your most authentic self, and it should remain that way, protected from the outside world. When you open up about your family's struggles, your relationship dynamics, or the challenges you face, you invite others into a very private space, that can easily be misunderstood or misrepresented. People outside of your family may not have the context to understand your personal struggles or the full picture of your situation. They may offer opinions, judgments, or advice that, while perhaps well-meaning, may only add confusion or tension. The reality is no one knows your family like you do. Only you understand the complexities, the nuances, and the love that binds you together. Outsiders can't grasp the full scope of your relationship with your family members, so their advice or insights might not only be irrelevant, but potentially harmful. Furthermore, when you share too much about your family, you expose yourself to unnecessary criticism. If you're going through tough times with a loved one, people might begin to make assumptions about your character, your decisions, or your capabilities based on what they hear. People can easily form judgments about your family without having the full story. And that's not something you want to risk. The family, after all, is a place of support and refuge, not a place to be picked apart or used as fodder for gossip. Another important reason to keep your family matters private is that it allows you the freedom to work through challenges without outside influence. Families go through ups and downs. There will be times of conflict, times of growth, and times of healing, but these moments don't need to be broadcast to the world. Working through personal matters in private gives you the space to find your own solutions, to resolve disagreements, and to move forward as a unit, rather than being distracted by outside opinions. When you protect your family's privacy, you protect your peace. You don't owe anyone an explanation about your family's situation. Your family's dynamic, your joys, your struggles, and your triumphs are for you and your loved ones to navigate. By keeping your family matters private, you ensure that the sacred bond you share with those closest to you remains intact. You keep the space in your life where you can be real, unfiltered, and free from the judgments of the world. Don't let the noise of the outside world seep into your family's private moments. Guard that space fiercely. Your family, in all its beauty and imperfection, is yours to cherish and protect. Keep it sacred, and allow it to be the place where you find strength, understanding, and unconditional support, without the interference of others' opinions or assumptions. Your future is not a spectator sport. It's not something you can simply watch from the sidelines and hope it all works out. No, your future requires action, dedication, and a deep commitment to chasing your dreams with everything you've got. It's a journey that demands your full participation, and along the way, the people you choose to surround yourself with will have a massive impact on whether you succeed or falter. This is why it's so critical to make sure you are surrounding yourself with people who believe in your vision, who encourage you, and who are not afraid to challenge you to be better every day. You need to be with people who see your potential and help you see it too. People who won't let you give up when things get tough. The road to success is not easy, and it's filled with obstacles, setbacks, and moments when you question yourself. But if you have the right people around you, they will lift you up, push you forward, and remind you of why you started in the first place. These are the people who know that your future is just as important as theirs, and they'll walk beside you as you take those bold steps forward, even when it's uncertain or uncomfortable. On the flip side, there are those who will try to tear your plans down, those who, whether out of insecurity or ignorance, will try to make you doubt your dreams. These people will tell you it's impossible, that your goals are too big, too unrealistic. They'll look at your aspirations and point out all the reasons why it won't work, why you should settle for less. Sometimes they do this because they are afraid of change. Or maybe they've given up on their own dreams and don't want to see others succeed where they feel they've failed. But here's the truth. Those people are not the ones you need in your corner. When you share your dreams with those who only focus on the difficulties, the challenges, and the reality of the situation, you start to internalize those doubts. You begin to question whether your dream is even worth pursuing. And that can be devastating, especially when you're already facing obstacles of your own. But success requires boldness and faith. You must believe in yourself when no one else does. And you must have people around you who believe in you too. Your future is in your hands, and you cannot afford to let others dictate what's possible for you. You can't afford to let anyone hold you back with their negativity or their limited vision. Choose your circle wisely. Choose people who see the best in you and who will cheer you on every step of the way. These people will not only support you during the easy times, but they'll stand with you in the difficult moments as well. So remember this, your dreams are not just for you. They're for the people who will benefit from your success, for the people whose lives will be touched by your journey, for the generations that will follow. You don't have the luxury of sitting on the sidelines, waiting for life to happen. You have a responsibility to go after your dreams with everything you've got. And when you surround yourself with the right people, those who inspire, challenge, and uplift you, you give yourself the best chance to make that future a reality. You are the one who must show up every day and take action, but the people you surround yourself with will determine how much easier or harder that journey becomes. So choose wisely and make sure you're always moving forward with people who will push you to be the best version of yourself, no matter the challenges. Never share your past failures as excuses for why you can't move forward. The truth is, we all have a past. We've all made mistakes, encountered setbacks, and faced moments where we thought we'd never get up again. But here's the key. Your past is just that, past. It's history, it's behind you, and it holds no power over your future unless you allow it to. If you keep revisiting your failures, holding on to them as reasons to stay stuck, you will never move forward. The more you bring up your past failures, the more you reinforce a narrative that limits your potential. Everyone has experienced failure at some point, and the ones who succeed are the ones who learn from it and don't let it define them. You can't allow your mistakes to become the excuse for why you aren't achieving your goals today. If you keep using your past as a crutch, you will keep limping through life, never taking the full strides needed to reach your true potential. And here's the hardest truth. The world doesn't care about your failures. It's not about where you've been, it's about where you're going. It's about the person you're becoming, not the person you were. When you talk about your failures constantly, you begin to cement them in your identity. You start to see yourself as someone who can't succeed, someone who is destined to fail again. And you start looking for validation for your past mistakes. The more you focus on the past, the less energy you have to put into the present. Every minute you spend reliving those moments of failure is another minute you've lost in building the future you want. Remember, the past is full of lessons, and you're supposed to learn from them, not wallow in them. Failure isn't the end of your story. It's simply a part of it. It's the process of learning, adjusting, and becoming stronger. But if you keep using your past failures as a reason to not move forward, you'll be stuck in a loop of regret and missed opportunities. The key is to take those lessons and leave the shame behind. Understand that every successful person has experienced failure in some form, but they didn't let it stop them. They used it as fuel, as a lesson, and kept moving forward with the belief that the best was still ahead. So, stop sharing your past failures as reasons why you can't reach your goals. Stop making them excuses. Instead, embrace them as stepping stones that led you to this very moment of opportunity. They are not a reflection of who you are. They are a part of the journey that has helped shape you into someone more resilient, more capable, and more determined. You have the power to define your future by the actions you take today, not by the mistakes of yesterday. Your past failures are only failures if you don't learn from them. If you choose to move past them and apply what you've learned, they become invaluable lessons that shape your future success. The real question is, are you going to let your past dictate your future, or are you going to rise above it and show the world who you are becoming? Your future isn't written in the failures of your past. It's written in the actions you take now. The key to success is not allowing past mistakes to dictate your future. We all have made errors, and we've all faced moments where we stumbled or failed. But here's the truth. Falling is part of the process. It doesn't make you a failure. It makes you human. The most important thing, though, is how you respond to those falls. It's not about how many times you've been knocked down. It's about how quickly you rise and what you do with the lessons that come from those experiences. Your past mistakes don't have to be the anchor that holds you back. They can be the stepping stones that propel you forward, but only if you choose to learn from them and then let them go. Yes, you've fallen. It's okay to acknowledge that. No one is immune to mistakes. But here's the pivotal point. Getting back up is the real measure of your strength and character. The longer you stay down, the more you allow that past to control you. The longer you dwell on your failures, the more they define who you are. But once you get up, once you make the decision that you won't be defined by your mistakes, you take back control. You take back your power to move forward. Each time you rise from a fall, you become stronger, wiser, more prepared for the next challenge. And that's what truly matters. When you rise, leave the past where it belongs, in the past. Don't carry the weight of past mistakes into your present and future. Don't let those failures shape your identity today. Yes, they taught you valuable lessons. Don't ever disregard that. But they don't need to follow you around like a shadow, holding you back from pursuing new opportunities. You have a choice to leave those lessons in the rearview mirror, to acknowledge them without letting them become a permanent part of your story. There's a powerful difference between sharing the lessons you've learned and wearing the scars of your past. Your scars don't make you stronger. They only serve as reminders of a time when you weren't where you wanted to be. But the lessons you learn from those times, those are the real treasures. The lessons are what make you better, smarter, more capable of handling whatever life throws your way. So share the wisdom you gained, share how you've grown, how you've evolved, how you've changed because of what you've experienced. Don't share the pain, the regret, or the self-doubt that came with those mistakes. No one needs to carry that burden with you, and you certainly don't need to carry it any longer. Let the lessons you've learned become the foundation of your success. Let those lessons guide your decisions, shape your approach to new challenges, and fuel your belief in yourself moving forward. The key to success is understanding that your mistakes are not a permanent part of your identity. They are moments in time. Valuable moments, yes, but moments nonetheless. They don't have to define you. You can rise above them, learn from them, and move forward with a renewed sense of purpose. So the next time you fall, remember this. It's not about the fall, it's about how quickly you rise, how you choose to learn, and how you decide to leave the past where it belongs. Share your lessons, not your scars. Let the world see your strength, your resilience, and the person you are becoming, not the mistakes you've made along the way.